Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're just joining us for the first time, my name is Anna Ogede and I bring you tips on cleaning service. So if you're trying to start a cleaning business in Nigeria, this is the best channel to be on. Or you can also check us out on Instagram at Tenera Clean Nigeria or Tenera Clean Abuja. We are always available to serve you. So if you just joined us for the first time, you are most welcome. So today I'm going to be talking about pricing. So today's topic, which you must have already seen, is balancing pricing with profitability. What is pricing and what is profit? Pricing is the evaluation of something in terms of its price. For example, you have this pen and then you're trying to find out how much you want to sell it. So you have to figure out how much it costs you to buy it in order for you to know how much profit you want to make. So profits and pricing work hand in hand. So profitability is the advantageous quality of being beneficial. So the reason why the price you're attaching to this pen is going to be beneficial to you is because of the profit you make on it. Now, do you understand the point we're trying to make with balancing pricing with profitability? Okay. So now the first point I have for you is cost analysis. Now, before you attach a price to a service or a product, the first thing you need to do is calculate all it takes for you, like calculate all your overhead costs and add your profit margin before you put a price to a product or a service. Let me give you an example. Now, you want to sell this thing and you bought it or you made it, the cost of you making it sums up to about 15 naira. Then your profit is supposed to be maybe 10%, 20% or 15% or 30% depending on your company, or 40% off this product. So when you add 40% to 15 naira, so that should give you, let's quickly do a quick math there. That's going to take time. So just quickly do a quick math. So when you have 20%, 20 naira, then you add 15% or 20%. Let's assume your profit margin is 20%. So you're buying the thing for 20 naira, or you're making it for 20 naira, then times 20%. So 20. So it becomes 24 naira. So your profit is 4 naira on this thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you want to give a cost or a price to a client, make sure you calculate the total cost of your materials, your transportation, your overhead cost for your company, your equipment, the time it will take you. Calculate everything, add your profit, and we come up with a price that you will give to your clients. So our next point here is profit margin. I must have said this a bit in the first point. So now the thing about profit margin is you need to decide how much your profit is. Now, my profits and your profits cannot be the same because you have calculated your overhead cost. You have calculated your price. That is the cost of your materials, the cost of your equipment, the time you think it will take you, your staff and all that. You have calculated that. So you're the one that knows how much your profit should be. So in that case, if you want your profit to even be 50% of a product, it's up to you. It is your company. If you want your profit to be 100% of a product, it is up to you. It is your company. So make sure that you calculate your profits before giving out a price. So the profit margin is important. Profit margin in a cleaning company, let's be precise. It's not just about profit margin generally in a cleaning company. So the thing is, the costs, what I might use to run my company will be different from what you use to run your company. So you need to understand how much you are spending, how much you're using to buy materials, how much you're using how much you're going to pay your staff, whether you have permanent staff or you have wage staff. It all depends on you. How much you want to be able to pay the staffs, your your admin, your project manager, your supervisor, how much you want to pay them. Those are the things you need to factor in when you're putting in your cost, which was what I said earlier. But when you're putting in your profits margin, you know the level to which you want your company to grow at. Those are the things that will determine your profit margin. That is why you must decide if you want to do 10% for your company, or you want to do 20% as profit, or you want to do 30% as profit, or 40% as profit. It all depends on you. But the profit margin is important because that is the amount you're going to use to run your company. The amount to which you are implementing in your cost is different from the amount you're going to use to run the company in the long run, because as time goes on, you'd want to upgrade the machines that you have, service the machines that you have. It's different from the amount you spent in doing a particular project. So the profit margin is where you're going to use to, maybe there's sometimes when staff do not go to work, where you would need to pay wage workers to do things. That profit is where that money you want to spend is going to come from the profit that you have made. So your profit margin depends on you. So you need to decide how much profit you want to be putting on every service, whether it's 10%, whether it's 20%, whether it's 30%. It all depends on you. But make sure that you do your cost analysis first before adding a profit. So my next point to you is flexibility in pricing. So your price needs to be flexible. So you cannot say because person A can pay 10 naira, person B too must pay 10 naira. What if person B cannot afford 10 naira but wants a similar service to what person A has? So it is important that your prices are flexible. Okay, let me give you another example. Deep cleaning, for example. Now, in 10 naira clean, we do deep cleaning. Deep cleaning is a paid service. But if you are a residential client with us, or a janitorial client with us, there is a particular type of deep cleaning that we do for you. Now, that deep cleaning that we offer to you as a janitorial client or a residential client is not as detailed as the one that somebody that is paying for deep cleaning is going to get. Do you understand? So these are two similar services, but they vary. So the price I'm going to give to a residential client is different from, and a janitorial client is different from the price I'm going to give to somebody that wants a deep cleaning as one-off. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. Because the deep cleaning as one-off will take time, will take a longer time. But with this other person, this janitorial client or the residential client, this person, we clean the person's house or office or wherever, maybe every day, twice a week, 3 times a week, twice a month, whatever, depending on our contracts with the client. So that's what we do with that. But the price we're going to give to this person is not going to be the same as the amount to give to somebody else who just want to do that service for once. And because we are constantly cleaning this other person's house, it won't take us as much time to clean, to do a deep cleaning, unlike somebody that we've not cleaned for before, because now we need to take our time extra. So those are things that would influence our pricing. That is why we're saying that you need to be flexible with your price. You need to have different price ranges for different services that you offer. I hope this makes sense to somebody. So my next point to you now is transparency in pricing. Now, why transparency in pricing? Why do you have to be transparent with your clients? It gives them a sense of honesty. It gives them a sense of honesty. It makes the clients feel like you're honest, because you're telling them that, okay, I am doing this room for 10 naira. I am buying these materials for 20 naira. My transportation to you is 15 naira. The workers that are coming is 30 naira. Altogether, I'm having 100 naira. So join all the prices together and it gives you 100 naira, for example. So you breaking down the service to the clients makes them know exactly how much they are paying for a particular service you're offering them and why it is so. So it is good for you to be transparent with your clients about the pricing. Okay, so my next point to you right now is competitive pricing. Now, competitive pricing is very tricky. It's very tricky because when you see that somebody has a lower price than you or a higher price than you. It makes you want to either increase your price or decrease your price, and it might not be beneficial to you. But competitive pricing, in essence, you need to know what works for you, but at the same time stay within the margin of the market. For example, a company might be giving a service out. Let's use deep cleaning, for example. I want to do deep cleaning for 60,000 naira. And 60,000 naira for 3-bedroom deep cleaning. But you in your own company, you do it for 100,000 naira. Now, you need to understand that the both of them might be deep cleaning, but does not mean the service is the same. Do you understand? What is in the package of your service might not be in the package of the other person's service. And if it is in the other person's service, does not mean that the person is going to give good service based on the price. Now, the person might now give good service, but the person's overhead costs might not be as much as your own. Those are things that you need to factor in when you are considering the price, and you feel like you want to be competitive. You want to be competitive with a price. So it is important to note that as your price is low, somebody else's price is higher than yours, and somebody else's price is lower than yours. The most important point in this whole breakdown is the cost analysis. So your cost analysis is what's going to determine your selling price or your service price. You understand? So you will not say because somebody's price is 20 naira and the cost of you executing a job is 30 naira, you will now go and decide to do your own at 20 naira. You run at a huge loss. Be competitive, but at the same time, don't be lower than your cost analysis. Make sure that you are in line with it. Make sure you follow your profit margin, but also be flexible. Because if you can give a discount, you should give a discount. If you can't, please stick with your price. Now, this point I'm about to tell you is what took me a very long time to come to terms with. Not everyone is your client. Know this and know peace. Not everybody is your client. You cannot serve everybody. And that is why at some point in my video, you would have seen that I said, create a niche for yourself. Let everybody know that when they come to your company, they will get this service and you are the best in that service. So when I say not everyone is your client, there are some jobs or some clients that you take on and you run at a loss. If you don't run at a loss, you would not make profit. If you manage to make profit, you will break something, or the client will be stressful, or you will just be exhausted in the whole job and you will regret it. And sometimes with me, I've noticed that when I give discounts, especially on a discount that is beyond the company's stipulated amount of discount, I always hate that job. I always regret the job because in my company, Tenera Clean, we give 10% discount. Nothing more than 10%. We can give less than 10%, but not more than 10% discount. If I do any job and I give more than 10% discount, a lot of the times we hate the job because the clients will be stressful. We'll be trying to manage materials, we're trying to manage workers. If it's a job that we need both our permanent staff and wage workers, it becomes a problem. Transportation becomes a problem. So a lot of times we are always trying to stick with the stipulated amount of discounts. So I've had to realize that not everybody is my client. So there's something that even happened recently. So we're doing a promo for rug washing, and a lot of clients reached out to me. A lot of people wanted the free service, but then one particular client reached out to me and asked how much we do would wash a 5x7 rug. Now I told him the price. What he said was, how much did he buy the rug that he's going to pay this time? I think I told him maybe it was 25,000 or something like that. And he said, how much did he buy the rug that he's going to pay that much to wash the rug? Now, I wasn't angry with the client. He even went ahead to say, that means he's not my client. And I said, no problem, sir, thank you very much. Now, I wasn't angry with the client because I like the fact that he let me know outrightly that he's not my client. because I don't want stressful clients. But at the same time, it wasn't about what he said, it was about how he said it. Now, another client that would want the service would say, it's a lot now, can't I get a discount, or what can be done? Especially because we're running a promo. Now, the promo is one rug per client, but we were willing to do 5 rugs for him and put him on the discounted amount of rugs. That means he will get those rugs done at 10 and 15,000 naira, but he didn't want that. He just felt like, okay, I can't afford this, and we've already given you a discount. And he went straight to sales. I wasn't angry. I just like the fact that he told me he's not my client, which made me realize that I cannot service everybody. But something came to me in that process. It meant that, okay, it's like we need to review our prices and see what can be done better for our clients, because we need to be able to serve them. But at the same time, we shouldn't be running at a loss. So I came to the office and I said, what do we do about this? Then we did a cost analysis of our price and tried to figure out what we could do better, what we could cut off in order to be able to serve the clients, and we'll still give fantastic service and it will not be a problem to us. But the most important thing is you need to know that you cannot serve everybody. You don't want to run at a loss. You don't want to regret taking a service. You don't even want problems. Just take the clients that will come to you. I've had a client who I charged 250,000 naira for a service, and they didn't argue too much. They just said, it's a lot. And I said, I'm sorry, man, the only thing we can do is give it 10%. And they were happy, but they didn't stress me. He gave them the best service and they were very happy. In fact, they called us to clean again. When they had to do some renovations or something, they called us to clean again. They even asked for other services that we have. See, that's my client. That's a fantastic client. But then I had another client that same week that said, we should come and do an inspection. Now, mistake I made, I didn't follow the company policy. I just said, okay, and we have a lot of jobs this week. Let me just go for this one. And since I have the few, we went did inspection. We're supposed to charge for inspection. Did the inspection, gave the client the price. In fact, we gave the client a reduced price because the client told me that her house is 4-bedroom. But you know those 4 bedrooms on the island that will have like 10 rooms and extra BQ. That's the kind of 4-bedroom that it is. Then they had like 3 rooms on the first floor, 3 rooms at the top floor. Okay, that's a lot. So in such a situation, I gave the client my price and I gave her a discount, and then she said no, she has somebody else, I will do it for 250. And I said no problem, thank you, man, follow that client. The annoying thing was she was rude, but if I had followed the company policy, I wouldn't have felt bad. Do you understand? This is going to be a different video entirely because I've gone too long at this point. I'm just trying to let you know that not every client is your client. Pray to God, let him give you the clients that are your clients, the clients that will not stress you, the clients that would take your service and be happy with your service, the clients that you can be able to give them the best service. That's all you need for your business. All right. And so guys, my final point to you is promos and discounts. Now let me tell you something. Clients like discounts. In fact, me, I like discounts and they like promos. They like free. They like Osho free things. But you need to know this. If you're going to do a promo or do a discounted service, your profit margin must remain. Remember in the beginning of this video, we talked about cost analysis, we talked about profit margin. Say it's that profit margin, it must remain. Whenever companies are going through a problem in the company and they need to reduce their prices or something, they don't reduce their profit margin. Worst case scenario, they fire staffs or they reduce the cost of their production and all those things. But that profit margin always remains. Do you understand? So if you're going to do a promo or a discount, make sure that your profit margin remains your profit margin. So you can still be making profits, but you're doing a service at a discounted price. Now, this might be hard if you're selling products as a professional cleaner. So you might be selling some products, it might be hard to do a discount. What's just going to happen is are you still going to make your 30% profit inside this thing? If you're still going to make it, no problem. Sell it at a discounted price. Understand? If it is a service, are you still going to make your profit? Yes, then give a discounted price, but give a discounted price that will not hurt your company. Now, you can still reduce your profit margin, but let's assume your profit margin is 30%. Now, if you're going to reduce your profit margin, it should not be, don't take out more than 10%. In fact, that 10% is a lot, but don't take out more than 10%, meaning that your profit margin at this point would be like 20% or 25% if your profit margin was originally 20%. But you know that as a service provider, your profit margin can still remain 30%. It's just that you will now reevaluate your cost analysis and look for things that you can reduce and that you can reduce price on. For example, maybe you are buying this, you're supposed to use 3 of these things. You tell your workers it's only 1 we're going to use for this job. We're supposed to use 3 of this, we're using 1 for this job. So the old ones that you have, still use them. So you need to learn to manage. You're supposed to use a full bottle of these things. You're going to use half of it. You need to cut costs. You're supposed to use 10 workers, you reduce to 5 and tell everybody we need to do the work well. But make sure that the quality of your service does not reduce because you're giving a discount, because you never can tell what kind of clients you'll get from that job. So the quality of your service must not reduce, but you can reduce the products that you are using. Find ways to work better so that when you're doing these promos and these discounts, you don't run at a loss, but instead you're making more money and gaining more customers. So that's all the topic I have for you today. I sincerely hope that someone has learned something from this video today. And if you have watched up to this point, you're the realest. You're the realest. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for always coming back to see our videos. It means a lot to us. Thank you. I know that I'm always away. Please pardon me. It's not easy to do YouTube, but we're trying our best. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share this video with your friends. You never can tell who's looking for a business to start. And you can always reach out to us on Instagram for tips and tricks, for advice on all your cleaning problems, and we'll be there to serve. So thank you. Till our next one. See you again. Bye.